Hello traders, it's Sunday evening, September 27th. I'm doing some research, trying to get myself set up for the week. I've got a really nice trade that I'm going to be showing you in a minute. Let's get our market bearings first. The market has been in a gradual descent. You can see that there is a downward sloping channel, 3 steps down, 2 steps back, 3 steps down, 2 steps back. So Friday, we came down to that 100-day moving average. Well, it was tested actually Thursday, but we bounced immediately Friday, closing on the high. Will be at the upper end of this downward sloping channel. If the market's able to break out above this downward sloping trend line and gain a little bit of traction, I think that's going to set us up for a really, really good buying opportunity. What I would prefer to see is another test or two of that 100-day moving average before we move higher. That would really get me bullish. There seems to be a lot of optimism right now around a stimulus bill getting passed. Nancy Pelosi over the weekend said that she feels the possibility is very high. Steve Mnuchin said that he's seen Nancy Pelosi 15 or 20 times in the last 3 days. Why would they be meeting if there weren't something brewing? So I think that both sides are going to try and get a deal together, and the market is going to like that news. And then we should start to see at least a flattening out of this downward sloping channel. What does that mean for us? That means that some of the stocks that have pulled back that we really, really liked up here have become bargains, and that they should be able to find support at major support levels as well. So the next week sets up with a lot of major economic events. We've got ADP, we have the jobs report on Friday, we have ISM manufacturing, ISM services. So a relatively heavy calendar from an economic standpoint. I think those numbers aren't really going to sway the market one way or the other. We've got end of the quarter window dressing, end of the month, beginning of the month fund buying. I think that's going to have a bullish bias to the market, especially if there is any hint that a stimulus package might get done. I'm looking for something in the 1.5 trillion range. If that gets done, I think it'll be very bullish for the market. So let's sell an out-of-the-money bullish put spread. Right now, the S&P 500 is up about 8 points overnight, so it looks like the open might be fairly bullish. Before I go any further, let me talk about the Apple trade that I suggested last Sunday night. When I recorded, I had no idea that the S&P futures were going to open 60 points lower Monday morning. So for those of you who took that trade, I'm sorry. I should have had a caveat in there that if the market tanks on the open, that we do not want to go in and start buying puts when the market is falling apart, paying the absolute highest price that we possibly could. So if you followed the directions, you were stopped out of that trade Monday, you did take a loss on it. Sorry about that. Did not expect to see a huge market decline like that. So, provided that the market is not down 70 S&P points tomorrow, we want a nice stable open. I'm looking to sell an out-of-the-money bullish put spread on Apple. How did I find it? I came into custom search, and I was looking for a stock that has a trade signal that's bullish, also looking for relative strength on a daily, 4-hour, 2-hour basis, and I wanted good option liquidity. So these are the stocks that met those criteria. I will click through them, but first I want to get right to Apple. So we'll take a look at the top stock here. Apple has actually come down in the last week. It started to find its legs. You can see a higher low double bottom right here. Still well above that 100-day moving average. And I love that 100-day moving average because you can see this horizontal resistance that lies right here. 1, 2, 3 tests. Now we're through that horizontal resistance on an earnings announcement. This is now a support level. If you visually draw a line across, you'll see that it comes into play right at that 100-day moving average. I'm going to draw my crosshair right there. You can see it's actually above the $100 price, and you can see that the $100 moving or the 100-day moving average is around 98.70. $100 is close enough for me, right on that support level right here. I am expecting that level to hold. I'm expecting to see some real interest in the stock down at the 100-day moving average. I believe that for Apple to come down and test its 100-day moving average, the SPY is probably going to have to come down and test its 200-day moving average. With the bid growing right now, I don't feel that that is very likely. So the trade that we want to do, I'm going to bring up the option chains here, and we're going to go out to the October 23rd expiration. Going to go down to the $100 strike price. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be selling the $100 put, and we're going to be buying the $99 put. I like to get a 25% return on these trades, so in order for me to do that, I've got to get a 20-cent credit. There's $1 between the strike prices. I receive 20 cents. That means I have to put 80 cents up in margin. If the trade is successful, I made 20 cents. I had to put up 80 cents. 80 cents was my maximum risk. That yields a 25% return. This trade will elapse in 3 weeks. So that's a very nice return. We're also able to distance ourselves from the action and take advantage of time decay so that if we get this gradual descent in the market, we're going to be okay. We just don't want the market to absolutely fall apart. And I don't believe that it will between now and October 23rd. And I'll go into the staged order entry screen very quickly. For those of you that are members, you can already see that the order is already staged there. So you can simply click submit and route that to your broker. So let's take a look at Apple and the support levels that we have. We have this horizontal support level, which is where the stock gapped up. Then the stock takes off. Now it's come down to exactly that level once, twice. So this support level above that 100-day moving average is being confirmed. We also have this horizontal resistance was support at the 99.50 level. We have that we're going to be leaning on, and you've got the 100-day moving average right there. I believe that Apple's going to find some buying interest right there. I am also suspecting that at worst, the market starts to drift lower, but it only tests that 100-day moving average a couple more times, and then we start to see it gradually lift off. So that's the trade that I've got. I'm going to take a look at a few other stocks. There are some really nice ones in this list, and I'll refresh it for you. All I'm going to do is click through them, and I'll tell you a little bit of technical analysis. There were a lot of good picks. I happen to like Apple because it's such a major tech stock. This stock is still forming a base right here. Could you sell an out of the money bullish put spread? Horizontal support there? Yes. I'd rather see upward momentum. That's what helps me increase my odds of success. If you watched my weekly swing trading video from Wednesday, you saw DOCU. We were not able to get that trade off on Thursday. Would have been a nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines of horizontal support, 100-day moving average. If you can get a decent credit on that 180 put, we're trying to sell the 180, 175 bullish put spread. Man, I like it. I think this stock is ready to rock and roll as well. eBay came down below the 100-day moving average. That was a sign of relative weakness to me, but the stock is back above the 100-day moving average now. Not my favorite. I didn't like that poke down below there. I would have liked to have seen some better support there. ENPH, nice upward sloping trend line right here. 100-day moving average you can lean on to get a decent credit. You could probably use that upward sloping trend line as the short strike price around that 67.50 level. Not my favorite, a little bit choppy. Looks pretty decent though. No real worries there. EXAS, that was an explosion alert that we caught on Thursday in the chat room. Did great on that. Wouldn't touch it here. A little too hot out of the gate. JKS. And there you can see how this stock has absolutely taken off after earnings. Really nice rally. I would day trade it, but it's too far out of the gate for me to be selling out of the money bullish put spreads. Microsoft was another stock that I considered, but it's still very close to its major moving average, right on it. A little too close for comfort, but I do like this horizontal support setting up right here. And if Microsoft starts to gain some relative strength, then I think that it looks better. NVTA, really strong stock, nice for day trading. I like it. Just clicking through. That looks pretty decent through the 100-day moving average, but again, I would probably be day trading that. PTON has been really hot. It's got decent premiums, upward sloping trend line right here. You'd have to try and stay out of the money. I think maybe the $85 strike price is as close as I'd want to get to it. It looks like it's ready to get through that horizontal resistance. It's had great relative strength. So yes, it could set up well, but if it breaks out and then it fails, you've got to be ready to reel this one in. A little bit more perilous position. PYPL, not that strong. Yes, it is bouncing off the 100-day moving average. Could be attractive. It's through this downward sloping trend line. That's good news. Don't know either of these. Going to avoid those. SHOP, riding too closely on that 100-day, but this probably would be a good trade. If you can get down below that low, maybe around the $800 level, that'd be a nice spread. SQ. Nice. You can see how SQ has had relative strength during the market decline. I'm going to put up the SPY. Market down, down, down. Stock holding up well. If you can sell that bullish put spread down around the 135 strike price, even the 132 strike price, that would be nice, but that is over 20 points out of the money, so you're not going to get a lot of premium for that. So we'll do one or two more stocks here, and then we'll call it a night. TWLO, I really like this one. I believe I posted this in the chat room Friday. I think I also highlighted this one in the video on Friday. I like selling it below this 100-day moving average using that 220, 215 bullish put spread. That one also looks good. Lots of relative strength. Market down, down, down. Stock holding steady on that 100-day and moving higher. I like TWLO, UPWK. Nice little breakout, but not going anywhere fast. Not my favorite candidate. I'd have to get down in here somewhere, at least below the $15 level. ZM, off to the races. Great stock to day trade. I think it's a little bit hot. You'd have to use an upward sloping trend line like this that comes into about the 425 level. Not a lot of support down below, so that's a reason I don't chase these hot stocks. They're great. They've got a lot of relative strength, but for selling out of the money bullish put spreads, I'd prefer to have some major technical support levels between the stock price and the short strike price or below that short strike price on that put. So for instance, right here, you've got Apple and you've got a major moving average coming into play. You want to stay below that major support as much as possible with your short put. That's what I've got for you today. I did also want to mention to you that you can see it takes a little bit of knowledge on using the 1OP indicator for stocks, but you can see how it has done well for Apple. Nice bullish cross here. Stock lifts off. Get a little bearish cross in here. Stock is flat. That's actually a small bullish divergence. Now you get a really nice cross in here, bullish cross. You can see the stock lift off. Tops out here. Got a nice bearish cross. That was an excellent short right there. And now it's setting up for a bullish cross right here. It's another reason that I like Apple. Another factor to consider. Good luck with that bullish put spread. I think some of those other stocks I highlighted also set up well for you. Look for the market to perhaps test that 100-day moving average once more, maybe twice more. I don't think we'll be down there long. Look for the bid to start growing. I think we're going to gradually start seeing some price improvement here, and certainly positive rhetoric out of DC, and a possible stimulus bill would be excellent for the market. Thanks so much. Good luck with your trading. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss these videos. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.